Teresa Giudice has weathered storms far more dramatic than most reality stars could ever imagine. She has flipped tables, survived betrayals, walked through prison and back, rebuilt her life, and carried an entire franchise on her shoulders. But now, fans are starting to wonder if Teresa is quietly preparing for the biggest twist of her entire career. One that has nothing to do with New Jersey drama and everything to do with a city 4 states away. Because during BravoCon 2025, Teresa let something slip that immediately set the Bravo universe on fire. She joked, or at least she made it sound like a joke, about joining the Real Housewives of Miami. And yet, the second she said it, the room shifted. It didn't sound like a joke at all. It sounded like a woman testing the waters, floating the idea, watching to see how people reacted before she gave too much away. Before we dive into the twists and secrets behind Teresa's Florida whispers, make sure you impress that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next shocking chapter, because this story is only just beginning, and the real bombshells haven't even dropped yet. Teresa explained that life in her mansion has changed dramatically. A home once bursting with loud conversations, messy rooms, teenage attitudes, and joyful chaos is now almost too quiet. Melania is already in Tampa. Adriana wants to go to college in Florida. And Teresa, with a face that couldn't hide the truth even if she tried, admitted she hates the cold. She talked about splitting her time half and half once Adriana graduates, but the way she said it made it sound like this wasn't a future idea, but a plan already in motion. People close to her say she has been exploring neighborhoods, looking at homes, and thinking about what a new life could look like far away from the frigid Jersey winters. Then Alexia Nipola stepped in with a twist no one expected. She said Teresa would totally fit in Miami. That was not a casual compliment. That was an open invitation, a welcome mat rolled out right in front of Bravo viewers. And Teresa didn't brush it off. She didn't change the subject. She didn't downplay it. She smirked, leaned in slightly, and said the words that made every Bravo producer flinch. I would love that. This wasn't harmless chatter. This was a woman imagining a new chapter, and for once, not holding back. What makes this even more intriguing is the state of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. The franchise is at a crossroads, full of broken friendships, exhausted storylines, and a cast so divided that production has been scrambling to figure out how to move forward. When things get this messy behind the scenes, Bravo looks for big solutions. And what happens when the biggest name in Real Housewives of New Jersey starts hinting she might walk? Panic. But Miami producers see opportunity. RHONJ is hotter than ever, and adding Teresa would push the show into an entirely new stratosphere. Imagine Teresa walking through Miami's glossy high-rises, stepping onto yachts, clashing with Miami's iconic personalities, and bringing her signature power energy into a new city where the drama hits differently, louder, glossier, but somehow perfect for her. But beneath the glamour is a more emotional truth. Florida is where her daughters are moving. Florida is where she feels peace. Florida is where she feels free. And for the first time in years, Teresa is not weighed down by family pressure or cast loyalty. She is a woman with options. A woman who might actually be ready to choose herself. New Jersey made Teresa a star, but it also broke her heart more times than she can count. It drained her, challenged her, reshaped her, and maybe, just maybe, she's wondering whether she owes anything more to a state that has already taken so much. Miami, on the other hand, offers sunshine, warmth, reinvention, and a cast that actually wants her there. And the biggest hidden twist? There are whispers that conversations have already happened behind the scenes. Early talks. Quiet ideas being tested. Producers imagining what it would look like if Teresa stepped onto the Miami stage and instantly changed the entire dynamic of the franchise. Her daughters are moving south. Her house is too big. Her storyline is shifting. Her loyalty is no longer anchored to New Jersey in the way it once was, and Miami is calling louder every day. But what Teresa said off-camera, and the one moment at BravoCon that fans completely missed, might be the biggest clue of all. Behind the scenes at BravoCon, there was one moment that didn't make the live stream, didn't trend on social media, and wasn't caught by most fans in the crowd. But people who were close enough to the stage swear Teresa's reaction gave everything away. During a panel shuffle backstage, a producer accidentally mentioned Florida in the context of future casting strategy, and Teresa turned her head so quickly it was like she had been waiting for that exact keyword. Her face lit up for a split second. Not surprised, not confused, but almost excited. It was the expression of someone who had already imagined herself walking into a Miami event with cameras rolling, already pictured the ocean view from her balcony, already envisioned the new friendships, the new conflicts, the new era. And even though she quickly caught herself and returned to her usual composed posture, that moment didn't go unnoticed by people who know how these shows work. Teresa isn't just dreaming, she's preparing. And while she insists that she loves Jersey, the truth hiding between her words is that love doesn't mean she has to stay. The Garden State shaped her, but Miami could redefine her. Teresa has spent years being forced into storylines centered around family tension, resentment, old wounds, and the same recycled drama that has drained her energy season after season. Miami, however, represents something she hasn't had in a long time. Choice, a clean slate, a reset button, a chance to betray without the weight of history pressing on her every move. And there's something powerful about a woman who finally realizes she doesn't have to stay somewhere just because she always has. But the most unexpected twist is how many Miami women are already supporting the idea. Alexia opened the door publicly, but others have whispered privately that Teresa would bring a spark they haven't had in years. Miami thrives on bold personalities, flashy lifestyles, explosive arguments, and deep loyalty, traits Teresa built her brand on. In Miami, she wouldn't just fit in, she could dominate. And while some housewives might fear a powerhouse entering their territory, the Miami cast seems ready for a shakeup only Teresa can deliver. Still, the risks are undeniable. Leaving Real Housewives of New Jersey would be seismic. Teresa isn't just another cast member. She's the face of the franchise, the thread that has kept it stitched together through breakups, new casts, and network changes. If she leaves, the future of the show becomes uncertain. Some fans would be furious. Some would follow her to Miami without hesitation. But no matter the reaction, Bravo would never be the same. And that's precisely why this decision feels bigger than a simple relocation. It feels like a crossroads for the entire Real Housewives universe. As Teresa stood at BravoCon, laughing off the idea of joining RHONJ with a playful shrug, the truth floated in her voice. She's torn. Torn between where her legacy was built and where her future might flourish. Torn between the cold winters of New Jersey and the promise of Florida's warmth. Torn between staying loyal to a place that made her famous and letting herself evolve into the next chapter she secretly knows she's ready for. And whether she realizes it or not, fans are watching her in a different way now. Not as the Teresa who weathered chaos, but as the Teresa who might choose peace. Maybe she'll split her time. Maybe she'll test the waters. Maybe she'll hold on to Jersey just a little longer. Or maybe, one day soon, we'll wake up to a headline no one thought they'd actually see. Teresa Giudice officially joins the Real Housewives of Miami. And the moment she steps onto South Beach with the cameras rolling, the entire Bravo world will shift. For now, all we can do is watch the signs, the hints, the smiles, the Florida trips, the subtle looks, the changing family dynamic. Because when a woman's life starts pulling her in a new direction, the universe tends to follow. Teresa may not have announced anything yet, but the path is opening right in front of her. Her children are already there. Her heart seems halfway there. And Miami is waiting. Whether she leaves or stays, one thing is certain. Teresa Giudice is entering a new chapter, and wherever she goes, the drama, the glamour, and the unforgettable moments will follow. And when that chapter begins, it will be a twist no one, not even the most dedicated Bravo fans, will be fully prepared for.